So I've recently been inspired to draw some comics, kind of give a lesson as I draw it. I picked this. This this is the comic I was going to draw right here today, but I was inspired by this. I bought this frame at a thrift store with this comic cover in it with this drawing somebody did. It's obviously kind of amateurish, but just the whole thing together, kind of what got me excited and got me thinking about my own artistic endeavors when it comes to drawing comics. And I should have done something like this myself. Had a comic and then had a drawing and then a nice frame. I'll get to that later, but yeah, so I was going to try to do this myself, but hopefully I can do a better job than this. Let's get a quick view of this. I guess it's pretty good in its own way. He's got a bunch of names he written for everything. Chains with sword. I can't really read all this other stuff, but I just thought it was pretty cool. So I'm going to try to imitate it. But this comic, he must have cut it smaller because this one's bigger and it doesn't really fit as good. It's got kind of the same color scheme. That was just by accident. But I mean, let's see if I can explain this. Some of these comics I bought, and a lot of them I really like, and a lot of them I only buy the ones that I like. And this particular comic, nobody seemed to want. I mean, every time I look at the cover, I said, "Oh, that looks pretty interesting," and I looked through it, and I didn't really like the art. When I kept going back in that thrift store month after month, and let me start at the beginning. There was like 200 comics. It started with like 200 comics on the shelf, and I went through all the comics, and I picked out the good ones, and I picked up like 60 or 75 comics out of that bunch, all the good ones. And I bought those for like $1 a piece. And then over the few months, I kept going in there, and the stack that was in there of the 200 comics kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller as people bought them. And finally, after like 3 or 4 months, this is the only one that was left. Nobody seemed to want it. But I kept looking, and the more I looked at it, every time I went in there, it looked better and better to me. So I finally said, I'll just go ahead and buy this for $1. Ain't gonna hurt me. And so I bought it after, like I said, it was interesting. It was the only one left out of 200 comics. No one seemed to want it. But anyway, I bought it and I looked through it again. And this time I looked hard. I knew there was one drawing in there that I really liked. I kind of liked this cover, but then I went through it again. And I looked harder, and I found maybe 10 more drawings in there that were pretty damn good. I mean, they weren't all that great, but they got my mind thinking, I can improve this, maybe this particular drawing. So I got them marked in there. I'm going to try to draw all of them that are in there that I like. So I just want to have a little booklet over here full of original art to go with this comic if anybody wants to buy it off of me, either on eBay or from YouTube or whatever. But let me get prepared here. Get my paper over here, kind of approximate size of that. I was originally gonna, it's about the same size because I wanted to fit this. Let me see if I can get this on here straight. Have it somewhat flat so it doesn't show up when I draw. I was really just gonna do one drawing of the cover, but after I found all those other images, I got a stack of paper over there I didn't cut up yet, but so, and that's one of the beauty. It's like many professional artists say that you never stop learning how to do art and how to draw and how to paint. And another thing I discovered is you saw that drawing that behind there and how bad it was, but somehow it still got me going. It still got me inspired. So if I draw something and it didn't really turn out good, there's no big deal, because this whole thing as a whole and just the act of doing it is what gets me going. Maybe it'll get someone else going too. So, what am I gonna? I guess I can't try to do this without looking through the. I need to move my lights in different spots too. But let's get the basic pose of the person going. A lot of people use lines, but I like a little stickman skeleton, what they're going to draw. But I thought I'd do that and make it look good, but I never really do that. I probably should, but might help me draw better. But I just kind of go with what I see. And I'm not going to try to make her look exactly how she looks I'm just going to try to do my best. And I need to get I'm going to have to, I can't draw a person at an angle. I got to get them as straight as possible. And I'm also going to try some, I hope that shadow isn't. You'll be able to see it more when I get the lines heavier. But yeah, I don't want this heavy shadow on my drawings where person can't even see what I'm doing. Just try to make her look as good as I can. Got a big shadow going through here. I don't know if I want to. I ain't gonna mess with those shadows. I'm just gonna do what I usually do. I don't really do a lot of shading in my drawings. Shoulder pad over here. Let's give her a little armor thing. The neck. Deep shadow back there. That's just going to be hair. Her hair coming down. She got a necklace. Medallion. Try to make this look like a chain of some kind. So let's get this hair to look somewhat interesting. I kind of got rid of that shadow by turning the just give her eye. She's got a closed eye because she's kind of unconscious or sleeping or whatever. Yeah, see, I was gonna put the tile. I'll just write it up there like the other guy did underneath here. Just write it, handwriting. And she doesn't have much of a, I'll put one in there anyway, collarbone in there. Boy, I'm gonna have to set me up something more comfortable, like a slanting. Let's give her. That's kind of a. Look at her other shoulder. See, there's some skulls down here, or skulls with armor on them, or helmet armor. Well, this This isn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. Not too fun. You're imagining you get away with, you have a vision in your mind and you want to, I'm going to do this, and then in your mind it's not painful because it's all imaginary. You're not doing anything physical, but when you're out of shape like me and you actually do it, you feel the stress of it more. I don't want to spend all day doing a skull, but I thought I'd get somewhat of a skull in there. Somewhat of a skull. This helmet. Yeah, at this point, that other guy's drawing looks better than mine. How's this possible? Give him some teeth, gnarled off here and there. His eyes closer. It's supposed to be about the girl in here, and I'm spending all my time on the helmet. See, it's supposed to, the design going in here, so it looks like the helmet continues through there. More of a line. See, this eye is supposed to come all the way to this. That's probably good enough for that for now. Keep working on my woman over here. Not turning out too great, if you ask my opinion on it. My drawing looks kind of scratchy. The other guys look more uniform, neat. Let's see. I'm gonna give her some. Well, I don't want to give her any bangs. I was gonna give her some bangs, but give her a slick back hair like the girl in the picture. Or that's not, her hair's not slick back, but sometimes a girl looks pretty good with a wet, slick back hair. So let's just give her a. Oh man, my eraser is dirty, so it just left a big smudge there. I call that guy's amateur, and mine's gonna be more amateur than his. Guess that's what happens when you try to record. Get the hair flowing, so it doesn't look like her neck is. See this? Make her head come all the way. Nose. Okay, let's put the tile on there to make it look. Oh, I don't want to spend a lot of time doing this. Got to have drawing. Do a quick breakneck speed drawing here. Kind of make it look like what it does on the. Looks like I got a big glare going there. Pull it away from the light and it'll be so glarish. Sojourn is the name of the. This J is really complicated. Got a diamond for a dot on top. Another weird O. Boy, my title's going crooked. I'm gonna go ahead and make it go behind her because I don't want to make it go over her. It's not. Okay, how about that? We'll darken this up a little bit. Okay. How does it look so far? Not too good, not too good. But like I said, I think I kind of make her hair come out too far. Make her, yeah, next time I'm just going to do maybe try to do some solid pens. Scratchy fucking drawing. I see a lot of people, a lot of artists, they just move the pen like this, or their pencil or pen like this, one line drawings. They just do one line at a time, without going back and forth like this and making it look scratchy. And that's probably the good way to do it. I see them that they're probably professionally trained. Now I'm just trying to make it look decent. I should have this nose come back in more. This probably wasn't too good of an idea. I don't like this, how this neck is turning out. So bring this mouth in some, jaw, bring that in. More of a this neck more neatly. Mouth. Okay, let's see if we can get to the bottom. So you got chainmail going every which way, but I'm not gonna sit there and. So there's some big medallion down here. A little bit of a decoration on it. So, how does it look? And this is all going to be behind the glass after I'm done. How does it look as a whole? I'm kind of liking it, even though it's some. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of wing it from here because there's not much left to draw on this. Give her some shape down there. Decoration of some kind. And I think I need to bring her out some more here. Get her. Give her that. And so now just work on. Yeah, I can see the benefits of just using one line instead of scribbling, scratching everything out. And I've done some drawings just with a black marker without any pencil, and they turn out really smooth and uniform. So I don't understand why I even use a pencil. Probably because a pencil can look really cool if it's done right. Could look better in a black ink drawing. So let's try to get some shading in here. Shade. Her arm. Let's see. Draw her arm in here. There's no arm in the comic, but I think it needs one. 21 minutes. Make it skinnier arm, skinnier arm. Maybe she got some sort of so we said that was part of her waist. What we got here? Helmet. Some shade under there. Helmet's gonna come back through here. Get some more shape to the skull to make it look better. Looks like her head comes up too big and tall, but go ahead and put her hair coming down. See here. I think I better kind of lift her shoulder up some more. Some decoration. The side. So how's this look on my camera? Sometimes you get that shading will be working so good for you, you keep going on it, add more and more until you overdo it, and it stops looking like shading. It starts looking more like just scratches in your drawing. I kind of killed that hair there, so what needs to happen is to put some crosshair in there, curving up. That's what I need. This jawline should be softer. I have to just use my finger for the shading. That's usually what I always do anyway. A little smudge here and there always makes it look pretty good. Soften this up. I kind of like it. I call that done, maybe. Whole thing. I would do more work on the face, but I don't. That eyelid should. Maybe I should just open her eye, huh? Open her eye up. Got kind of a double eyebrow going on her. I like dark shading on the eye, all around the eye. That's just my personal taste. Maybe this is just this kind of looks like a big lip ring, and that's what I'm going to make it. See, you don't have to erase anything, just turn it into something. Probably should give her a nose ring. That's probably a bad idea. Looks okay, I guess. Do some more shading. Let's say that's done enough. Yeah, I'll probably cut some more paper up the side and set it up for a new drawing. Maybe open a comic up. One last look. Yeah, I kind of like that. It turned out it was going south there for a while until I just kept working on it. Yeah, somebody probably said, "Oh, this drawing sucks," but I don't care. At this point in my life, I do things for the experience, less about what the outcome is and more about the experience. And that's pretty much, if you get into art like me and been at it for a long time like me, that's kind of what your mindset will be too. It'll be more about the experience and what comes out, what you produce. Because if you try to put all your happiness on your results, you're not going to be very happy, because not only is it painful to get there with the work it takes to get there, but at the end, a lot of times you're not really that happy about what you get. So you have to sit back and look at everything as a whole. Just look at the experience you had. That's how I think about my art now. That's what's kept me going again. I gave up for a long time. I was very unhappy doing art, because I didn't really I didn't do it for the experience. I just did it because I wanted to get something good at the end. And that's just not what you should do to be happy as an artist. That could be part of it, but mainly just do it for the experience. Or another way to think about it is to have a package like this, a big framed piece of art. Even the frame itself is vintage, so it kind of goes together with this vintage comic and drawing, and that kind of a watercolor dark blue backing on it. It all combines to make one big cool thing, instead of just otherwise all you have is just a piece of paper with just a drawing on it. That's just not as interesting to me as all this. This just even makes the comic more interesting, even though I didn't think much of the comic for a long time. You find usually something good's right under your nose and you don't realize it's there until a lot of time passes and you keep looking at it. And that goes for all my comics. I got some more down there I want to draw. I was going to try to do some inking colors too, but I'm just going to go with what's good enough here. Anyway, I better end the video. It's already 30 minutes long. Okay, take care.